Hi everyone, John Chevalier here, and today we're going to talk guitars, and specifically about this one guitar today. But before I do, I want to talk a little bit about my musical influences, because I was very influenced by Southern rock. I grew up in upstate New York. You hear New York, you think city guy. This was hunting, fishing, redneck city, grew up on a lake. And so the whole Southern lifestyle and the music of Southern rock was a pretty strong influence on me. And I loved the three guitar army of Lynyrd Skynyrd. And one of those guitar players, Gary Rossington, he's the only still existing member in the band today, had this soulful, bluesy, Clapton-esque style that I was really, really drawn to. And he was very influential as far as myself, as far as development as a guitar player. So anyway, what does that have to do with guitars? Well, this is the newest member of my family that I want you to meet. This is a remake of a 1959 Les Paul, a specific one. This is the Gary Rossington Signature Edition Les Paul made by the Gibson Custom Shop. These were made from 2002 to 2004. There was only 250 of them made. This was number 203. And it's an amazing instrument. Now, you could already tell by that little, by the way, isn't that like one of the best intros ever from that smell that I played? But it's got that signature Les Paul sound. Okay, when they make a signature edition, Gibson goes to the artist, whichever artist it is, and talks to them about their guitar. What would they want on this? And Gary wanted a remake of his original guitar, which was a 59 Les Paul, exact same color and everything that you see right here. Gary had a name for his guitar. He called it Bernice, named it after his mom, who raised him as a single parent. And so anyhow, Bernice now lives in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And there's a signature edition. I know that Gary has at least one of these, if not more. He has a lot from the Gibson Custom Shop. But what was cool about this is after they made it and they matched the guitar, they gave it to a guy named Tom Murphy, who's a custom guitar guy, and he aged the guitar. And what he did is he got to spend about a week with Bernice, taking measurements, checking everything all over the guitar, pictures of everything inside and out, even inside the electronics cavity. And then he aged it and he matched it pretty much exactly. Okay, if you see there's some some blemishes and stuff on the front of this guitar, and if you look at pictures of Gary's guitar that's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you'll see that these are really, really close to matching. One thing that I notice is this part right up here I've seen in pictures of Gary playing. And this guitar really has very few hours on it. Amazing guitar, stays in tune, fantastic, sustains forever. And I really love it as a guitar. But one thing that I like about it that makes it kind of a collector's item is the attention to detail. Now I'm going to try to show this to you on the video, but I want you to see these two little screws? There's two little screws right here. Now those don't exist on a regular Les Paul. I'll tell you why that they're there. They're there because at one point Gary's guitar fell off the stand and the headstock broke. And I've heard several stories, and I know he had to be heartbroken when that happened. But a maintenance guy was able to fix it for him. He glued the neck, and then he put in these two screws. Now, they didn't duplicate the break of the neck. This neck isn't broken. But they did duplicate the screws. And they also duplicated on the back. At one point on his guitar, Gary changed these tuning heads, and I'm not sure if I can show this to you or not, but right on the back here, if you can see on the back, there's some holes where the holes would have been for the original tuners. And then he put on the other tuners that had, different screw configurations. Anyhow, amazing guitar, love it. Gary Rossington Signature Edition, and thought you would just like to, take a look at that. I play this on a regular basis, and it doesn't just sit. You can probably see a cabinet over there. That's where it lives most of the time. And they also did make a Gary Rossington Signature SG, the one that he uses for Freebird. This SG you see is not one of those. This is another one. Maybe we'll talk about that another time. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed this little look at the Gary Rossington Signature Edition Les Paul. So hey, thanks for watching.